Just to give you a quick warning before you start listening, there is some colorful language used throughout the show, so hide the kids and enjoy. You like hanging out, drinking beer at the bar, talking sports? Come on out and join us weekly. Guys at the Bar Talking Sports, your podcast for just that. Hanging out, drinking some beer, talking sports. All right, we are recording another emergency podcast from the Chipnwhales Polar Plunge Team 2020. Chipnwhales Polar Plunge Team 2020 raised $42,500 for what charity?
For Children's Charities of the Midlands.
That's right.
We focus on kids with special needs, and I tell you, it was because of your host, Ray, here, who is the bomb. He spread the word, and it just like skyrocketed.
It's all my fault. Podcast. Yeah, $42,500 because of me.
It's all from the supporters on your 14-member podcast. It's been
hey!
15 now. Alex Gregory is one.
We just signed up 4 people. We're up to 19.
Can I get 17? Can I get 18? 20 listeners. Holy shit. This is amazing.
19.
We've doubled our listenership in 5 minutes, guys.
No, I'm serious, man. This has been an awesome day. We've had a great time. We raised a lot of money for Children's Charities of the Midlands. We've got the Blue Pickups playing for us, closing out the party.
They are doing a great job too, aren't they, Gary?
They're doing
Holy cow! They've done karaoke.
Go see them.
They've done original music, and they've done they've done some cover stuff. It's amazing.
And they're up for several awards here in the Carolinas. So they're going to be at they're going to be in Myrtle Beach at the House of Blues on, what is that, the 25th, I think?
Yep.
I think somewhere around the 25th.
What's the name of the band?
If you live in the Columbia, South Carolina area, they're going to be playing at McNulty's on the 31st in Blythewood. And come see the Blue Pickups.
Awesome. So this is the emergency edition live.
Men talking sports,
at the
drinking
bar.
beer.
At the bar.
At the Chipnwhales party today.
At the Chipnwhale party. Guys at the Chipnwhales party, drinking beer, talking sports, or Chipnwhales fundraising. Either or. Who's going to win the LSU or Clemson?
LSU all day.
LSU,
Joe
baby!
I'm going with the Tigers.
Joe Burrow.
He's remaining neutral.
LSU Tigers. So.
LSU Tigers.
LSU, baby. SEC.
SEC, that's right.
Joe Burrow's 7 TDs, leading NCAA records right now. He is not going to get passed by any Clemson Tiger, that's for sure.
LSU's winning 42-21.
You said something different about 6 hours ago.
35-17.
You said something different like...
35-17, that's what I
Okay.
said.
35-17.
Ravens are beating the Saints 35-24.
You heard it first from Wes.
Will West.
All right. His brother Jason has something to say about that.
J-Balls.
Joe Burrow's going to lead the LSU Tigers to their first NCAA 4-playoff tournament win in tournament history.
What's the score?
It is going to be probably, with the 7 touchdowns he put up against, who was it? Was it Oklahoma? He's going to throw at least 4 touchdowns. I'm going to say that. So 28-14.
28-4. You heard it here first, guys.
28-14.
All right, Big Earn. Big Earn, what you got?
I've got LSU. I like the 35, but I'm going to go 42-21. I think it's going to be
42-21. LSU? Okay.
It's about a 3-score. It's a
5
3-score.
touchdowns
It's going to be a
by LSU.
3-score game regardless.
You're telling me 5 touchdowns by Joe Burrows.
Not by Joe Burrows. It's going to be there between the running back and there'll be 3 passing.
All right.
I say there's 3
Did you
passing
did,
touchdowns.
did you watch Oklahoma LSU?
Right, but Clemson does have a great defense now. They have better defense than Oklahoma.
They have a better defense than Oklahoma.
They
You
do
have to
better
give that.
defense.
It won't be 63 points.
No.
Hold on here.
But I guarantee it'll be 3 passing touchdowns, and Joe Burrows will get in once.
I give
And
them
a couple of field goals.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I'm gonna give them better defense. Let me handle this. I'm gonna give them better defense. But Joe Burrows threw 7 touchdowns. That's why I only gave Joe Burrows 4.
Do you know
But
I'm still
out
saying
of-
LSU is going to win?
I know you are, but Joe Burrows threw for what? 48 points.
Yeah, okay.
48 points in the first game, and
How do you do against Auburn? How do you do against Bama? I mean, Clemson has the
Beat 'em.
same type
They beat 'em.
They've
been challenged
But guess
hardcore.
what? Clemson's give them another SEC challenge, even though Clemson is an ACC team. They're going to give them an SEC challenge, but I still think
love
LSU's going to come up.
But think about Ohio State
LSU's going to
though.
win by
Yeah.
21.
They beat
So
Ohio
again,
State by
21.
2
I like
points.
it.
21,
I like it.
okay.
Yeah, I like
They
that.
beat-
21
beat
points.
Ohio State
What do you
by
think the
what, like
score's
one
going to be?
touchdown?
You got to speak into the mic.
42. Well, what's 21? 42-21.
42-21, okay.
Now, Clemson can't score 21 on.
You don't think Clemson
It
can
may
score
be
21 on
18,
LSU?
18 maybe?
Did
I
you
think they
watch- Did
can.
you watch
It could
the
be 18.
Clemson game last
Okay, so I'll say yeah. Yeah, I did.
Did you see how many breaks they got?
Yeah. Like, they couldn't score
18.
the first half for nothing.
18.
They didn't
Yeah.
score until Ohio State gave them the ball back on 4th down twice.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm
true.
trying to get at.
So you don't think they can move the ball down
And
the
then
field
Ohio
against
State
LSU's defense?
drops two
Ohio
touchdown
State's got a
passes.
good
Yeah, that's
defense.
true, okay.
LSU
But
is way better
LSU
And
defense.
then
But yeah,
Ohio
because
State's
Ohio State doesn't
best
have-
player, their running back,
State don't have
J.K. Dobbins, they twisted his ankle in the bottom of the pile. I mean,
Okay.
Dirty Dabo just told his goons to twist
Hurt
that.
somebody.
You know we're recording this, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's cool.
But Dabo hasn't
So,
played
hold on,
anybody
you gotta
in
introduce
there.
yourself. What's your name?
George,
George. Okay, he's drinking. What are you drinking?
Miller Lite.
What are you drinking?
Ice cold Bud Light. That's
All
what.
right, what are you drinking, Big Earn?
I'm going to get one.
Oh, he's going to get one. He's out of this conversation. I'm drinking Bud Light.
Bud Light, light beer. Hey, on the 7th day, God
Listen.
said, "Let there be light beer."
This has been a drinking day, though, man. Like,
It's
I've
been
been
a
drinking
big
since
drinking
10
day.
o'clock.
Hey,
This
I've
is
been
a
here since
Chipnwhales
7.
party. That's
7
true.
o'clock a.m. This is what the Chipnwhales do: donate money and drink booze.
I know you've been drinking like last night too until 2 in the morning. too.
Well, that's an everyday thing. You know, we drink beer, we watch sports on an everyday thing. Even last night, we had what was that? Ohio versus Illinois State, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Bobcats.
Illinois. Yeah, the Bobby. I can't remember who it was. It was a small game. We were watching
Yeah, it
it.
was a useless game. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
it
It
was
was the
useless. We had
Idaho
it on
Potato
the-
Bowl, I believe, right?
The Idaho Potato Bowl.
Idaho on Boise State's field. Yeah.
Boise
Yeah,
State's
that's,
game.
That's the thing about this national championship playoff.
Okay.
It makes all the other bowls less important. Because you don't really know who the national championship is. I mean,
Yeah.
in the past, you didn't
Yeah.
really know who the national championship was
Okay.
or champion was.
You
Yeah.
know what? You heard it here first. In the next year or two, we're going to go to a 16 playoff.
You think you're doing straight to 16
Six-
from
no,
4?
No. Six teams.
Oh,
six
16.
16.
Okay.
A 16 playoff where the top two, number 1 and 2, have
They
a
get
bye.
a bye, yep.
They get a bye week, and then the 3 and 6 play, 4 and 5 play.
Yep.
And then those go on to play the 1 and 2. Because honestly, it needs to grow.
It does.
Yeah.
Doing
They-
the top 4, you know who it's going to be.
The contract's still 2022, I think, for the 4.
For the
but then
4?
after that, they're going to reevaluate it because they were testing it out. You probably
I said
are
2
too
years.
young to remember.
I said 2 years.
Like 2014 is when they started the BCS, and that's
Yep.
probably when you first start getting the football, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe a little longer than that.
Well,
Yeah.
But they were talking about doing the 4 for like 10 years before they even got to
See, I
doing
thought
the
right-
4.
Have you seen Jackson?
Because of the way that the contracts are laid out. But now that the contract's laid out until 2022, they'll reevaluate it and then they'll go to 6. They might try to look at 8, but I think they'll go to 6 because, like you said, you can't have too many games, right?
In all process, I get they don't want to play a lot of college games because college games are no one's getting paid. But now they are. There's some players getting paid.
Yeah, and by 2022, they're going to have something in effect where you can get paid for your likeness as well.
Yeah, your likeness as
California
well.
just passed that
But
law.
with a 10 team playoff, throw it up here. Sorry about that.
So, 10-team playoff.
10 team playoff, you're looking at a big difference. Money wise, you're looking at player wise, and you're going to see it who really belongs in the pros.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
you're putting the best players against every conference.
Gotcha.
Because you're going to tell me how Appalachian State, I get it. They're like, what, like a D, are they D2?
They were 11
or-
and 1, or 12
They're
and 1 or
D1
something.
now.
like
They
that.
12
used to
and
be D2.
They were Division 1
they're
until
the-
about
Well,
8
6
years
years
ago.
ago.
The
Six,
talent,
8 years
okay,
ago.
they
But
can have
they're
talent, but here's the
They're
issue with
D1
everything.
lower. They're D1 lower, though. So that's my argument.
But you know what? They do have great talent. The problem is the coaching. If you can't coach
Yeah.
your talent to be their best, to beat people, it doesn't matter. Because in some of these teams where you're looking at these D1 schools, D5, they're going to play an SEC team, and you're going to have like one standout play, and you're like, why is that guy on that team?
I get it, but you know
Why
you
is that
gotta-
guy on the team?
You got to think about how many D2 players go pro. South Carolina State, Indianapolis Colts. Who's that linebacker? Darius Leonard. He was rookie defensive player of the year with like 116 tackles,
Yeah.
and he was a beast. D2 player, South Carolina State. That's not something you see all the time.
It'll be interesting to see what happens up to 2022, but
That's what I'm saying. There's D2 players that go big and D1 lower teams that should be playing big ball, but because they're D1 lower teams, they don't get to play big ball.
I think this year they got the top.
The ball's the same size in both divisions.
No, but you know what I'm talking about. You know,
Joking. It's a joke.
it's weird how Oklahoma's been to 4 playoffs now and are 0-4 in the playoffs.
It's rough, man.
That's a little weird. You know, what is that? Big 10? Are they Big 10?
Big
team?
12.
Big 12. That's
They're
what
Big
it is.
12. And Big 12, to be honest with you, 1-7 in bowls this year.
Yeah.
1-7 in bowls this year. SEC
It's only 'cause they're
7,
top
8,
five.
and I think SEC is 8-2 right now, and then they'll be 9-2 on Monday. So
It's crazy. They only get invited because they're one of the top 5.
they're a Power 5 conference,
Yeah, they're
and they get
Power
invited. But then again, they win their conference every single year.
Hey, I get
So
it, but
you can't
Appalachian
push
State
them out
won their
because of that.
conference.
But Appalachian State's there's a difference between the Power 5 and the
That's true.
in the
Appalachian State
But-
is a quality team. It's
They are.
not.
They are.
I mean,
quality.
they're not a great team.
And they won their
don't-
bowl game.
And
they won their
they
bowl
don't
game
play
too.
a whole lot of great teams during the season, but they're the class.
We get David Pigram to talk about App State.
P-
Yeah.
Pigram-
Dave Pigram was actually a something in last.
He was a player.
Linebacker or something.
He was a D line.
D-line, okay.
He was D line.
Okay, so he's either O-line, D-line, or offensive line, or
Back in the
defensive line.
1960s.
Or he might have been a safety,
But he'll
a
tell you how
corner.
great he is and how wonderful he played and how the best player on the team he was.
Go get him. Go
That's
get
it.
him.
That's it.
Let's
Dang.
find this guy. He is a founding member of Guys at the Bar Talking Sports. So just so you know,
Yeah, he looked so
All right.
much different in pads. He did. He did look different in pads.
I'd like to see
He
pictures.
actually looked about 6 foot tall then, but now he's about under 5'8".
Well, when you get old, you start to shrink, man.
Is that what happens?
That's
so
what happens, man.
you're going to be hurting us.
Yeah, is that
Your
what-
brother is going to be rough.
He's gonna have a black eye. Hey, that's what happens when you.
Oh, didn't he get smacked down today?
Did you see that? The
That was great.
tambourine guy comes in hammered drunk. You sucker punched him.
Listen, that's what's going to happen to LSU, or that's what happened to Clemson on Monday.
That's what's gonna happen.
The guy with the tambourine punched him.
guy with the tambourines and knock him out cold.
Yep, that's gonna be Trevor
You
Lawrence.
heard
on
it here
Monday.
first. Trevor Lawrence getting knocked out by
Knocked down
tambourine
by a
guy.
Tambourine Man. I got a picture of Tambourine Man. He is passed out right inside the store right over
You
here.
have a Facebook, or, Facebook, Instagram?
I do have
Hey,
Facebook.
Add drop it in. They got to send it in the tambourine guy.
Yeah,
Picture in.
hashtag tambourine guy.
Hashtag tambourine guy.
Oh, there's a song, Tambourine Man. It has to be Tambourine
Hey,
Man.
Well, I don't know, because this is a
Yeah.
guy. I don't know if he's a man.
Yeah, he is the Tambourine Man. That was pretty good.
Is Tambourine Man over there?
Tambourine guy's going down.
What's going on? What's going on? Hey.
Oh crap!
Tambourine
All right,
guy's
so
down.
in essence, we're going to be wrapping up the podcast for the time being, and you guys enjoy it, all right? But we appreciate it. This was a emergency version of the podcast, Guys at the Bar Talking Sports. But this is Guys at the show, at the Chipnwhales Talking Sports. I know what you're thinking. Man, that was an amazing show. You know what you should do then? You subscribe to the show. By subscribing, you'll be able to hear the show next week and every show that we come out with from here on out. And then if you really like the show, the thing that you can do is you give it a 5-star rating and review. Whatever podcast you listen to, see if you can give it a 5-star rating and review. I know you can do it on Apple iTunes. And then you know what you do? You come on back next week to hear Guys at the Bar Talking Sports.